Hello friends, this is your video related to class related to vector. This is the first class vector, and here we deal with some applications of vector addition. In case of vector addition, generally we deal with triangle law or parallelogram law, either triangle law or parallelogram law. Okay. Now, what the law states, two vectors A and B, they are acting at 2 points or acting at one point or one object or a system simultaneously if they represents one side of a triangle in same order, then their resultant is represented by the third side of the triangle in opposite order. On the other hand, in terms of a parallelogram law, if same two vectors acting on an object simultaneously or a system simultaneously represents the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, one represents vector A, another represents vector B, then the diagonal passing through that point gives the resultant. Here, angle between the two vectors, you can take theta, angle between resultant with A, alpha, angle between the two vectors is theta, this is alpha, this total angle is theta, this angle is alpha. So, you should take either parallelogram law or triangle law, whatever may be. In terms of vector notation, you can write sum of the two vectors will give rise a new vector whose magnitude and direction is totally different from A and B in general cases. Okay. Now, this is, you can take this is vector 1, but it is not possible to solve by taking vector 1 directly. You should split that vector notation in terms of two equations. One represents the magnitude. Now, after using some geometry, you can get R equal to first vector magnitude square plus second vector magnitude square plus 2 times the product of their magnitudes and cosine of the angle between them. This gives the equation of magnitude. Similarly, what is tan alpha? That means to calculate the direction, tan alpha is B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. So, from this you can find out what is alpha, then tan inverse alpha or alpha. So, both 2 and 3 they gives the magnitude and the direction of the resultant vector. Now, in this case, in common books, they assumed that if two vectors A and B, they are acting along same direction, they are acting along same direction A and B, they are acting along same direction A and B, they pulled, one pulled, another push, both the two are pulled, or both the two they push along same direction. In all the cases, you will get resultant is A plus B. This is treated as a maximum value for given A and B. It is a maximum value for given A and B. Similarly, if you take two vectors, they are in opposite directions or if you take this vector A, this vector is B, opposite directions, then you take R equal to A minus B, and this is treated as a minimum for given two vectors A and B. Similarly, if you take object A is vector A is in one direction, B is in another direction, the object will move along the plane. In that case, resultant is A square plus B square. So you can find out here angle is theta, R equal to A plus B. So this is R is maximum, here theta is 0 degree, or the two vectors are parallel. Here theta is 180 degree, or two vectors are anti-parallel, but here theta is pi by 2, 90 degree. This is pi by 2. These are the common cases we come across in all theory books. Okay, by taking these concepts into account, let us approach certain applications. Okay. Now, just to remember the formula, R equal to root over A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. One formula, and tan alpha, this is B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. What are the conditions? Theta is angle between A and B, alpha is angle between R and A, and B is the second vector, A is the first vector. Now these are the applications. Let us come to the first one. Now first equation states that you are taking two vectors of equal magnitude. They are perpendicular to each other, and if the resultant gives 1414 Newton, then they find out the values of A and B. Find out the values of A and B. Okay. Mark, two vectors magnitude equal, they are perpendicular to each other. If you use this technique here, your R is, you can write directly 1414 Newton. Okay. Now theta is pi by 2. That means 1414 Newton is root over A square plus B square. This is root over A square plus B is again A, that is A square. Why root A square plus B square? Because angle is 180 degree. Okay, angle is 180 degree. That means otherwise instead of this you can take this is A root 2. So therefore what is A? 1414 divided by root 2. This is 1414 divided by 1.414. Okay, so this is 1414 divided by 1414 by 100. So these two cancels, you will get 100 Newton. Okay, so this is your 3 digits, 1000 Newton. Therefore A and B are equal. Therefore the magnitudes of A and B is this is. Okay, since magnitudes are same, so what is tan alpha? That is B by A. Tan alpha is B by A. Okay, so y component divided by x component, this is 1000 by 1000, that is 1, or this is equal to tan 45 degree. Therefore alpha equal to your 45 degree or pi by 4. This is your equation. Okay. Now let us come to the second part, second application. Here we are giving two vectors, again magnitude same, A and B are two vectors, magnitude same. Okay. Now square of the magnitude is given 3 times their product. Square of magnitude is 3 times their product. Your duty is to find out what is the angle between the two vectors. What is the angle between the two vectors? You can use directly this, that is you take r square. This is r square equal to 3ab as per the question. But what is r square means you whole root you can cancel. A equal to b again here. So put b a instead of b, that is 2a cos theta. This is 2a square plus 2a square cos theta. This is your 3a square, ab a square. You take out 2a square to left, or you take a square equal to 2a square cos theta. So therefore take cos theta. This is a square divided by 2a square, half, that equal to cos 60. So this implies theta equal to 60 degree or pi by 3. This is a 60 degree or pi by 3. Okay, are you able to get it? Instead of r, you take r square as per the question. R square means remove root. So r square is 3ab. A and b are magnitude same. You write a into a square LHS, RHS square. You write a instead of b. You write a. Then solve it, and at last you get the answer. Now let us come to the third part. This is your second part. Now let us come to the third part. What third part gives? F1 and F2 are two vectors in opposite direction. They are acting in opposite direction, and they gives the resultant 10 Newton. That means if the two vectors are moving in opposite directions, angle is 180 degree. So our formula is a minus b, that is f1 minus f2. So therefore this shows that f1 minus f2 is 10 Newton. This is the first question. When perpendicular gives resultant 50, that is when perpendicular, that is perpendicular means f1 square plus f2 square. This is your resultant as per Pythagoras theorem. As per the question, this is your 50 Newton. Okay, now this is 50. Now how can you find out a and b? Find a and b. To find a and b from these two equations, you take some algebraic solution. What is algebraic solution? You take f1 plus f2. Your aim is to calculate, this is x minus y. You find out x plus y, then you solve. Find out the values of x and y, equations form. Okay, so this is a plus b. Formula a plus b is equal to root over a minus b whole square. A plus b is equal to root over this is, you take, this is I am taking one formula, that is 2 into a square plus b square. This is a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. I think you are able to get it. So from this, that is a plus b means f1 plus f2 whole square, that equal to f1 minus f2. F1 minus, sorry, this is you take left side, 2 into f1 square plus f2 square minus f1 minus f2 whole square. Okay, so this is 2 into f1 plus f2, that is 50. Root over is 50. If you remove root, this is 50 into 50 means 2500 minus f1 minus f2 is a 10. It is a square 100. So this is 5000 minus 100, that is perhaps 4000. f1 square plus f2 square, root over is 50. So f1 square plus f2 square is 50 square, 2500, 2500. Then into 2 is there, this means 5000. f1 minus f2 is a 10, 10 square is 100. So this is 5000 minus 100, this is 4900. So therefore you take f1 plus f2 is 70. f1 plus f2 is 70. Okay, 70. So now what is f1 minus f2? Finally you get here f1 minus f2 is 10, f1 plus f2 is 70. If you add 2, f1 is 80, so f1 is 40 and f2 is, that is 30. After solving you will get f1 and f2. Okay. Now lastly come to the application for different directions. We are taking 4 applications, different directions. This is a particle simultaneously experiences 2 velocities. One is 4 meter per second due south. This means this is your east, this is your north, this is you take south, this is west. V1 velocity is 4 meter per second due south. This is your V1, 4 meter per second. And another is V2, 2 root 2 meter per second due northeast, north and east. This is V2, 2 root 2 meter per second, and this is 4 meter per second. Okay. Then find out the resultant. Find out the resultant. Now these two are 2 vectors. So now angle between the 2 vectors, you assume V1 equal to let A, assume V2 equal to let B. Angle between these two is 90 plus 45. This is 90 plus 45, that is 135 degree. Angle between the 2 vectors 135, and this angle is taken as theta. Okay. So now what is the resultant? Now the resultant is R equal to, you take R equal to root over 4 square plus 2 root 2 whole square plus 2 into 4 into 2 root 2 into cos 135 degree. Cos 135 degree. This is root over, this is 16 plus 8, 2 square 4 into 8 plus 4 to 8, this is 16 root 2, and cos 35 is minus 1 by root 2, root 2 cancel. This is root 8, this is 2 root 2. Okay. This is 2 root 2. So this is your magnitude, this much meter per second. I take this is a velocity resultant. This is the 2 root 2 meter per second. But what is its direction? Okay. Now to calculate the direction, you take tan alpha. Tan alpha. Now you take, suppose this is the resultant VR. It makes an angle alpha with the first vector. So you write second vector means B. B means 2 root 2 cos theta divided by A. A means first vector 4 plus B sin theta. B means 2 root 2 sin 135. Okay. So if you solve it, you will get the angle is pi by 4, 45 degree. You will get alpha equal to pi by 4. Alpha equal to pi by 4 means the direction is, that is the direction is southeast, southeast or east of south of east. This is the direction, hardly 45 degree. Okay. So this is your applications, different parts. Okay. If you like this video, like it, subscribe it, so that I will give you more and more videos regarding this.